It's time for another Home Gym Week in Review. We've got new home gym equipment releases, new home gym controversies, and I'm going to be going over the top 4 pieces of equipment that I used the most this year. The No Fade channel, checking in. It's Cyber Monday. There's so much stuff going on in the home gym community that I needed to make this video and we needed to talk about it. I don't know if you saw the email that Rep Fitness sent out, but they talked about a collaboration. They are collaborating with Dial Motion, and Rep Fitness has been known for doing some fantastic collaborations in the past, and they've all come out splendidly. The Rep Fitness Pep-Ins, the Rep Clever collaboration, and now Dialed Motion. For those of you who don't know, Dial Motion was probably one of the most popular boots this year at Home Gym Con because of their prototype, which is a leg extension and leg curl attachment for adjustable benches, and people absolutely loved it. Now, the engineers at Dial Motion are on another level, and I'm glad to see Rep Fitness partnering with smaller companies in order to just bring the community great products at hopefully a reasonable price. This is actually an interesting announcement because they just released their leg developer for pre-orders, and this is essentially going to be basically cannibalizing their own sales. Now, the only reason I'm not overly amped, overly excited about this collaboration is because when Rep Fitness sent out the email, they said coming in fourth quarter 2026, which is a year away. So I'm trying not to get overhyped about something that may not even come out in 2026. As an example, this leg developer was actually supposed to get dropped, I believe, at the end of September, beginning of October. And of course it wasn't. And one of the latest releases that dropped for the home gym equipment multiverse that no one really asked for was another set of adjustable dumbbells from none other than Nike. That's right, there's more swooshes on this thing than you can count. And essentially, these look like snowed adjustable dumbbells, or at least that style, where you're gonna twist and pull, and these, of course, look almost identical. The only difference between these and the Snows that I can see, at least from the marketing, is the fact that these have 5-pound increments as far as weight changes, and they do have a maximum weight of 65 pounds, which, unfortunately, I know you monsters out there think isn't enough weight, but for the majority of people who have home gyms, 65 pounds is well above what they typically lift. I certainly don't fault Nike for releasing more home gym equipment. It honestly just helps the community. I do wish they had a bit different of a design, something a bit more original, a bit different in terms of what is already out there. Now, I know full well they're gonna sell tons of these units because it's got swooshes, it's got the Nike logo, it's got the Nike name brand recognition, and I'm sure a massive marketing plan behind it. I just don't necessarily know, without getting these in hand, if there's anything new or exciting about the actual design, or if it's just essentially a copy with a little Nike swoosh on it. It's Cyber Monday, and there are some great sales out there, but I want you to slow your roll just a little bit. Before you go hog wild and hit that buy it now button, make sure you're using someone's affiliate links. Mine happen to be in the description, so they're pretty convenient. But if you don't like me, use somebody else's that you watch, some content creator whose content you consume. Make sure you're supporting them. Otherwise, you're just giving extra money to these massive multi-million-dollar companies. Now, as far as new releases go, we've got the Darko Quick Mount for the Ancore and the Ancore Pro. If you're not familiar with Darko, he makes some really good pieces of equipment, high quality, original designs, and the fact that he has partnered with Ancore and Rogue Fitness to get this out is fantastic. If you're not familiar with Ancore, these things are great. They're literally like cable machines you can take on the go. They already have like 3 or 4 ways to connect this, whether you want to connect it to a rack, a wall, or just a pole. But it's nice to see that they're getting even more options, because having that convenience to be able to connect it perfectly to your piece of equipment for your setup makes this thing even more versatile. Sticking with Rogue Fitness, we've got their brand new rotating V-grip cable attachment. And I know it's not like this big, massive drop, but most of us already have our home gyms pretty much stacked. So we're not looking to recreate the wheel. A lot of us just want to get attachments to add a little bit of fun and versatility. What's nice about this is that it does rotate, so it should protect your wrists pretty well. And you can even get an attachment to change this out to a 70-degree kit. To be honest, I'm surprised they're only charging $95 for this. You know, we see the prices going up, up, and up. This thing does definitely look premium and beefy, and of course, it is made in the US of A, which is a plus.
So many of you have been asking that I'm just gonna do a quick 60-second review of this attachment that I've been using in my training lately and loving. This is from RitFit. I first saw this actually at Home Gym Con. They had this up to show, and when they released it, of course, you know, I grabbed one. This is light aluminum, which is nice because when you clip it in, it doesn't screw up your whole weight stack. You can still drop the pin normally. It also has some nice bends, whether you want to do inside bicep curls or push downs, or go wide with it. And on top of that, it's got some nice knurling to it. Now, it does come in multiple colors. You know, I tend to lean towards the red, so that's the one that I got this time around. If you're interested, I'll put links in the description. I have been really enjoying this.
When it came to the Rep Fitness Dial Motion collaboration, I wasn't like overly excited about it, only because it's so far down the road. But one drop that I am excited about is one that Peter Keller teased out right before Thanksgiving, stating that they're going to be releasing a Super Dane. A bit of backstory, Fringe Sport released the Dane 1.0, got pretty decent reviews, very good pricing, good functionality, wasn't perfect. Well, they didn't sue anybody, they went ahead and they made the Dane 2.0, which fixed a lot of the minor issues that were brought to Peter's attention. And the fact that they're releasing a super version of the Dane is great, because Fringe Sport has been known for just fixing products, making them a better iteration over iteration, and their prices are very fair. They're never the lowest price, but they're never the most expensive. Here are 4 ways to support my channel that won't cost you anything. Give the video a like, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, and of course, make it all the way to the end of the video, and then watch another. With so many great Cyber Monday deals happening today and up until Christmas, I thought it would be a perfect time to give you my top 4 pieces of equipment that I've used the most this year. Oftentimes we get excited about these purchases, and then the first week or even the first month we're using them all the time, but then they drop off the wayside. We really want to make sure that you are purchasing stuff that you're going to be using consistently in your programming for the long haul. The first piece that I've used the most this year, unfortunately, is a piece of cardio equipment. The Rogue Fitness Echo Bike. I picked it up 5 years ago, and while I absolutely hate using it because it hurts so bad, I still use it almost every day. And I haven't done anything to that piece of equipment. No lubrication, no tightening, nothing. I haven't even dusted it. I still use it. It still works as good as the day I bought it. Now, one massive purchase that I made, but I use it probably the most out of all the pieces of equipment I have, is my set of fully knurled urethane dumbbells. And the reality is there's so many great adjustable dumbbells out there that work and feel beautifully. But if you can afford and if you have the space for a set of fully knurled dumbbells, absolutely get them. They're so convenient, and once you own them, you have them forever. The set that I got from Rep Fitness Equipment literally has a lifetime guarantee in a home gym. So if for some reason I drop it weird and it bends, I can just get a replacement, call them up. They're known for their customer service. So going with the set of fully knurled dumbbells is something you will never regret. Force 6 Fitness Tricep Bar. This thing is a thing of beauty in the sense that it just feels really good. I use it for tricep pushdowns, both wide and close.
It feels different. It feels fantastic.
And it just feels nice on the wrist. It gives me some really nice tricep activation, but I also use it for pullovers. So I'm using this thing on my push days, and I'm using it on my pull days. And quite frankly, I'm glad I have it. Mario, the owner over there, he oversees them. So the one that I got is from overseas. He's actually now making them in-house, same exact design, same exact features, but they're made in America, which is of course nice to see. Now, one piece of equipment that seems to have stood the test of time in my home gym and is used on almost every workout that I do, regardless of which program I'm running at the time, is the Freak Athlete Hyper Pro. If you're not familiar, it's one of those do-it-all machines. They claim it can replace 20 different home gym equipment machines, and they're not that far off. Now for me, I do utilize it on leg day when it comes to hip thrusts, as well as Bulgarian split squats. I will use it for reverse hypers and lower back raises on back day. I even got the leg extension and leg curl machine that I use, and sometimes I'll use it for decline sit-ups. It does so much, and the fact that it stores vertically is a must in my home gym because I hate having a cluttered home gym. So it's nice that when I'm done, I can just roll it out of the way, tuck it out of sight and out of mind. I want to know from you, what is one purchase for home gym equipment that you still use consistently today? And drop down below one piece of equipment that you got and don't use at all. Rep Fitness has been tearing it up this year, and their newly released Smith machine is finally out. We got to see this at Home Gym Con, and it was buttery smooth. And one of the nice things about it is that you can actually choose the knurling. For those of you that are not familiar with a lot of the Smith machines out there, the bars themselves are fine. They work, but the knurling on them is usually rather non-existent. So you get two options, the medium and the aggressive, and you can mount this two different ways, inside your rack or outside your rack. Starting off with a base price of $1,000, outside your rack is going to be a little bit extra because you're going to get these feet. I do believe when you have the feet, you actually have a few different angle options you can choose from. Now, Smith machines have been all the rage this year. We've seen a ton of companies include them in their all-in-one racks, and we've seen a number of other companies just have them as add-ons to your existing power rack. Bells of Steel, a company I love. They do a ton for the home gym community. One of their most beloved products is their interchangeable competition kettlebell. That thing went up to 72 pounds, way more than you could ever use. I mean, I got that thing, and when it was filled with 72 pounds, I could barely budge it. Well, apparently that's not enough for some of you gray back gorillas. They've actually added a 48 kilogram extension kit. I don't know who the heck is going to lift this. So they have partnered in the past with Wildman, which is a gentleman that focuses largely on kettlebells and club training. And apparently they are now working on the Wildman Poison Pill. I just, one of those things, like, I wouldn't be able to pick this thing up. When you add all that weight in, I don't forget doing an exercise with it. I'm just literally talking like pick it up off the floor, then maybe move it across the room. I'd be tapped. I would need two hands and then a very long rest break. Now, something you absolutely will use, these two videos. Give them a watch. They help the channel. Of course, as usual, never, ever save anything for the trip back.